Welcome to Fabled Hunters.
I'm Yuanji.
I'm Saint.
And today, I don't think we're opening any of this stuff, but...
we're opening some stuff, right?
Yeah, we're opening the packages, but some of the stuff we're not going to open.
So we will not open all of the stuff. That is definitely, some of the stuff is definitely not getting open. That said, we're going to show a bunch of stuff and definitely have a discussion. This is thanks to one of our loyal viewers. They had suggested that we go back and rehash a segment that I did for Channel Fireball called Solid Liquid Gas. So I guess we're going to call this Solid Liquid Gas FaB Edition because we wanted to talk about the basics of collecting and review the whole concept of solid liquid gas. I had the article behind a paywall, but I'm just going to rehash it because, you know, it was my concept for the viewers and for the flesh and blood community. So basically, solid liquid gas are the three states of water. You know, water comes in ice, it comes in good old water, and it comes in water vapor. So for collecting, the comparables for solid, liquid, and gas are solid, which is sealed product, right? It's the most compact, right? It's sealed. You can hold on to it. It's one big unit. It's kind of like a bundle of products. You're paying for the best card, let's call it WTR. You're paying for a portion or a chance to get the heart. You're paying for a portion or a chance to get the tunic, a chance to get the mask or the bracers or the scab skins or, I'm missing one, right? Poor Guardians, the tectonic plating, right? I always miss that one. So a chance of all those cards and everything down to the sink below, and somewhere in there is the foil elusive pink snatch. So that said, that's why it's called a solid. It's the most safe, bundled piece of collectability in trading card games.
Yep.
So let's start with Magic, because I've monetized Magic to the tune of tens of millions in my TCG collecting career, whereas I've not monetized a dime for Flesh and Blood, but I can easily help the viewers draw that parallel.
Yeah.
Right? So starting off with the simple stuff, the Little League stuff, the rookie number stuff, we've got Magic the Gathering Portal. Now, this Portal starter set is very humble by comparison to anything else, but it's still a sealed product. There's one free booster pack of Portal, as well as a starter set for 2 players. So, yeah, I originally bought this because prior to Fabled Hunters, I was going to make a MTG channel with Ada. And it was supposed to be like a master apprentice type of thing and have Ada go through all the steps. Regardless, during our first episode, we opened up one of these boxes, we played the game, and then we opened up a booster pack, and we got this like blue tutor. I forgot what it was. I never collected Portal, like a mystical tutor or something like that. It tutored for spells, instant sorceries.
Merchant Scroll, maybe?
Not a Merchant Scroll. Merchant Scroll's from Homelands, but there's a special tutor card just in Portal, and it's playable in, I think, Commander. And it was like $55, and I paid $20 for this, so we definitely got a hit. That said, 2020, like October of 2020, I think I bought these for $20 a piece, and now they're sitting at between $55 and $80 just from a quick look at eBay.
Yeah. So
they've more than doubled, just about tripled, I think, in value. So even buying something as nonchalant as this, the Portal starter sets, they've gone up in value, you know? So that's why you still get a little bit of sealed or solid exposure from these rando starter sets.
You know what I think, like, for, like, Flesh and Blood, it's kind of like buying, like, Blitz decks.
Yeah.
Like,
similar, right? Or it's going to be the Rhinar versus Duranthabe, right? That's going to come out in May.
It's like introductory product. Like, you don't get, like, a chance to get really, like a heavy hitter.
Well, there's a free booster pack, so it's like 1 in 36.
Yeah, but Portal doesn't have like there's no Black Lotus in Portal.
No, there isn't. Yeah. I think there is some $100 rare though, some Super Angel or something like that. Yeah.
But I think for the people to, I guess, like, understand, it's just like, even if like the products right now are like pretty cheap, they might hold like some value for people who are collecting it in the future. Sealed product is nice because you can display it.
Yeah. You can put this on the stand. If one day these Portal starters are like $1,000 a piece, there's going to be somebody willing to put this on a stand, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty old. That's not very valuable though, but it's a start. It's an example of a solid investment in TCGs. Let's see over here. This was purchased. I think these were like, I don't know, when I bought them, they were something like $80 a piece. We had recently mentioned Ice Age on another video of ours, right?
Yes.
And these are Ice Age starters. These, I think I bought them at, about $80 a piece. I don't know what they are now, 160, 200, whatever they are, they've definitely gone up.
Starters don't really have an analog in Flesh and Blood currently.
Not currently.
They're basically like...
Think of them as 3 booster
boosters.
packs.
Yeah, a couple of booster
2
packs.
to 3 booster packs. In this case, by Ice Age, everything had 3 rares. So these are like, this is like a triple booster pack package. But the awesome part about Ice Age is that this was the introduction of snow-covered lands. So myself, I don't collect Ice Age, but because my colleague who I share that 1.5 million card lot with, Dildorado, he's what we call the Ice Age Princess. So he's got 2 nicknames, Dildorado, and he loves Ice Age.
Yeah.
He just, because that's within his collector range, and his mission, I think, is to grade a 9.5 set of Ice Age.
Okay.
So I originally bought, I think, 12 for close to 1,000, and I opened 4, and I was like, bro, I'm not gonna pick through 30-cent cards to help you grade 9.5s, and we ended up at the 4. That said, they've been sitting in a closet somewhere here for like a year or 2. And I think they're up to, I think we're 2.5 times our money just by randomly buying these sometime in 2020. So these I think have gone up to, I don't know, what's 8 times 200, $1,600. I paid probably $600 and we're up a G on this lot of sealed products right here. That's why it pays to be patient and just buy whatever you like. I personally don't like this, but one of my fellow collectors do like it. So yeah.
Let's go to like one of the boxes that you do like.
Yeah, one of the boxes I did like. I still like it. It's done well for me. Is Ultimate Masters.
Yeah.
I got back heavily into collecting in 2017, and it was very silly of me to do so. I literally bought every single possible box I could of what was known as Standard and Standard Magic. So playable Magic within the Standard meta.
Yeah.
I think everything from Ixalan to Rivals of Ixalan to Dominaria to M19, all the way up to, I think,
Guilds of
Ravnica and then Ravnica Allegiance. So I literally bought all the sealed product. I mean, I was just stupid. I didn't realize I could just go online and buy like a playset for like $600.
Oh, you're just like opening it?
I just opened up every pack because I have this little weird thing. I want all my cards to be virgins. They need to never have been touched by anybody else.
Okay.
And I got my gloves on and I opened up everything. So that said, while I was doing that, a set to end all sets had showed up, which was Ultimate Masters.
Yes.
And I believe I purchased 640 boxes of Ultimate Masters.
Yep.
And do you remember the site called Massdrop?
Yeah, I remember.
Massdrop,
Yeah.
or Drop. It was renamed
Now
to
it's Drop.
Drop.com. It's called Drop.com now.
Yeah.
Massdrop had featured like a 2-case maximum per account for Ultimate Masters. And
I can see where this is going.
yeah, Holly and we set up something like 40 accounts or something like that to buy 80 cases. And then I think the other 80 cases. So we had 160 cases of UMA because this was the set to end all sets.
Yeah.
And we purchased over 600 of these. As a matter of fact, this is my last one. I did really well with this set. I bought these, I think, $235 tax-free. What are these now? You know better than I do.
Yeah, I think around like 5.
Around 500, like I think like 460 to 5, somewhere within that range.
I don't know.
It has to be more than 450 though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of that because I think my wife just successfully sold off a couple hundred in the past 60 days. So yeah, Ultimate Masters. This is a master set. This is something that has shown value. It released in late 2018. Yeah, 2018 Wizards of the Coast. I think fall of 2018.
Yep.
And this was the beginning of the end for my interest in Magic the Gathering because they created these things called box toppers or box topper art. And it was like, this is it. This is the only time something this special is ever going to happen. Do you know what happened, Yuanji?
They made collector boosters.
They made box toppers on every subsequent set because of how well Ultimate Masters did. It became a cash grab, and that one thing led to another, and that's why You've got Fabled Hunters today.
You sent in like 1,000 UPCs.
Yes, I sent in 1,000 UPCs. Oh yeah, we had an episode about that, right? Like 1,000 UPCs, and then they only gave me like 200 packs, and WotC screwed up, and they lost a multi-million-dollar customer. So big middle finger to WotC. Let's move on. Let's not dwell on that. We're a FaB channel, and we happen to be talking about sealed product in MTG to make that connection, right?
Yeah, I think a message to people who are watching right now is that like we're showing like a bunch of different boxes, or like sealed product that you bought.
Yeah.
But the reason why you're saying that like sealed product is solid is because you can buy like obviously not everything. Like if you bought Homelands, you'd be pretty.
You would have been in trouble for 10 or so years.
Yeah.
But even now, I think a Homelands box is like $700 to $750.
Yeah. But like most things, most sealed product, if you like buy and hold on to it, because sealed product also has like a little bit of a thing going for it where people just love opening it.
Yeah.
So
there's the Gambler's Premium. The contents within an Ultimate Masters box usually do not surpass the price of 24 packs sealed. But you just get that fun times. I mean, it's a 2018 product, but when I open up a UMA box, I just get that nostalgic feeling. And there was even an episode of CFB, grade school, where I opened up a box topper Liliana, and I was just beside myself. Like, adrenaline was coursing through my veins, and I was just like, I hit the #1 box topper. Yes, it's so great. Meanwhile, Liliana's like, I don't know, at the time it was like $190. It's probably not that much now.
Sure.
Well, it went up again due to spikes and Modern getting back. But still, let's call it a $200 card. I was jumping up and down and I was losing sleep for opening up a $200 card. But just the fact that you get that gambler's rush. Like, I talked to Open Boosters about it. You remember that episode where you opened up that tunic from that trade box that I gave him, where you opened up the cold foil tunic? He was besides himself too, and the man is very, very wealthy. I'll leave it at that. Very, very wealthy. But, you know, he opened up a, whatever, $4,000 or $5,000 cold foil, and he was just like, you know, adrenaline was pumping through him. He was just beside himself. He just went, you know, had a gambler rush for the rest of the day, right? Yeah. So that's why, another reason why there's so much value to sealed product, because some of us are just gambling degenerates that are chasing the dragon, right?
Yeah, I mean, the number of boxes that exist for any particular set are finite.
Finite, of course.
And so it's like a decreasing number over time. There's people who love opening.
Yep.
We open boxes on our channel all the time.
Yeah, we do, of course.
So I think that's like part of the reason why sealed is such a good, solid hold. So what's the next one?
The next one, here's another example. Here's a more expensive starter than Ice Age.
Yep.
This is a revised edition starter pack. They have 3 rares, and this thing runs for about $1,250. It was higher at one point. They were up to almost 2,000, but they've since dropped because we're in the middle of, you know, a slight correctional phase to sealed product.
Yep.
And I think I bought this for something like 11, but yeah, I'm just holding it. I've got multiples of these, and sometimes when it strikes my fancy, I literally just crack one and go, you know, chase. I'm chasing the dragon again.
Yeah.
And unless I hit literally like one of the 2 best dual lands,
you have to hit like
you have to hit a volcanic island or underground sea, 2 out of like 120 rares.
Yeah.
What is that? Like a 2.3% chance. So I have a 2.3% chance to make my money back, which is very, very unlikely. I do 20 times better in Vegas, but I do it anyway, just because of the fun.
Yeah.
Because it's so much fun opening Revise, and this is my favorite set. So, but this is you know, there's 3 rares, there's 12 uncommons, there's 45 commons. Much of it is land. Like 40% of the cards in here are effectively worthless, but it is just so cool opening these. There's like 1 million boxes, and of the 1 million boxes, there's probably like 4 million starter decks, right? Because 40% were starter decks.
Okay. So,
yeah, there's probably still 1 million of these left in the world, but each one is worth over $1,000. So that goes to show you. Originally, when this came out, this was literally $7.95. It's printed on the box in '94, but still very valuable. All right, moving on. We've got something you want to talk about, right? Unlimited?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Magic the Gathering Unlimited. There's only 16,000 of each rare. That's, I forget what that is, a couple 100,000 booster packs, or, tens of thousands of boxes, and that's it. There's not very much unlimited Magic the Gathering in the world. Just like there's not as much unlimited, I would venture to say there's not as much unlimited Flesh and Blood as the global FaB community wants to say there is, right?
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about it. So at the time when Alpha and Beta first came out, like Magic the Gathering was like really hot, and like I think Alpha and Beta sold out like very fast.
Very fast. It never even made it to the market. They were very limited edition, Gen Con plus another show or two. Much of Alpha and Beta never even made it past Seattle, the Northwest. Like it never even made it to the East Coast.
Yeah, so this is like kind of like their, I guess, like attempt at trying to make it a
their
little
reprint
bit more,
set,
a little bit more available.
Yep.
And I wanted to like bring this up to kind of bring it back to Flesh and Blood. I know a lot of people definitely when they're watching either us or they're just like thinking about like the game. A big criticism of the game initially was that like the booster boxes and the cards are like so expensive.
Yeah.
And I think that the criticism is somewhat warranted, where you have like a booster box that came out in like 2019 now is like $3,000+.
Yeah.
However, right now, as of the time of filming, you can get like a case of WTR for I think around like $250.
WTR Unlimited.
WTR Unlimited. Yeah. To me, like they're kind of similar because everybody thought that like Unlimited meant like was gonna like print it like for forever.
Yeah.
But then they kind of shocked everyone where they're like, no, like this is just like kind of like a second printing.
Absolutely.
Sure, like it might be like really available right now, but like you don't really know what's gonna happen to the course of the game, like 10 years, 20 years down the line.
Yep.
And like saying like what would you say if you had like the opportunity to buy like a case of like unlimited booster boxes for like $250 for like Magic the Gathering?
For Magic the Gathering, I'd buy every last one. I wouldn't need to think or blink about it. And honestly, even me, I was dismissive for a long time between 2018 to 2021 of Unlimited. And the reason why these packs are, these are the carcasses of packs are booster pack wrappers is because when Unlimited edition packs were like $1,500 to $2,500, I literally didn't value them as sealed product. I looked at them as fun packs to open.
Yeah.
And I opened every last pack of Unlimited, every last Unlimited starter I had, because they were, not as valuable. They didn't feel like investment grade products to me.
Yep.
These three I literally opened as part of a booster pack opening, a booster box break. And the booster box was, sealed. It was a 36-pack booster box of Unlimited.
Yep.
We collected over 280,000 because we charged $8,500 per pack. And within like less than 2 days, we were literally fully subscribed. So the owners of the Unlimited booster box from Switzerland nearly netted $300,000. They gave 2 packs for me. I literally purchased a pack for $8,500 and I opened up every last one.
Yeah.
And like you said, like if you had the chance to buy Unlimited Magic the Gathering product now, anybody, with half a brain cell would purchase as much as they could at $250 because this pack used to be like $1.95, or maybe it's $2.45. I forget. Unlike the starter decks, these don't have the amounts.
A lot of lands.
No, they do have a lot of lands, but they don't have the dollar amount on the packs.
Oh, okay.
Some of the later packs do. I forgot if it was $1.95, like $2 or $2.50, but it's one of the two.
Yeah, I mean adjusted right now, it's like equivalent to like $4.
Yeah, something like $4 of today money. But now these packs are probably $8,000 to $10,000 a pack of Unlimited, and they're really, really valuable and they're really, really scarce. So the people that are saying FaB is too expensive, you could get the equivalent of Alpha and Beta, a FaB, the reprint version, or the Unlimited FaB for $250 a case right now, right? Maybe $300 for Arcane because Arcane has Command and Conquer with the playables.
Yeah, Arcane Rising I think is probably like $400.
Yeah.
$350 if you get a deal.
Okay.
I think I heard that they're like about $100 a box now.
Really? Okay. Because of the Command and Conquer primarily and Art of War, right?
I think it's just because it went out of print faster, like
Okay.
earlier.
Okay.
But I mean like these things like and the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because and connect it to Flesh and Blood is because like when you try to get into like collecting Flesh and Blood now, kind of like what you were saying before about like your like attitude towards your even like the unlimited like Magic the Gathering packs, or like whatever like you open I don't know like Silver Age Magic, right?
Yeah.
They're like these are like fun whatever packs, but like after a while like there's not a lot left.
They become very, very valuable. There's a point where I think 2018, 2019, we were opening MTG Alliance boxes for I think $600 a box.
Yeah.
And now they're over 3,000, I think. And a few short years, and they 5x. It just took one Black Swan event, and everything effectively became out of reach. Like we were in our private groups. I was in a group called Will and Seals, opening up really, really fun product.
Yeah.
And the really, really fun product quickly became really, really expensive product. So
and I think that's just how things go. So for like to kind of bring this back to Flesh and Blood, like if you're like a would-be collector and you wanted to collect like solid like Flesh and Blood, I don't think Unlimited is like a bad place to start out.
I don't think it's bad, and that's why we started from like product that cost me $19.95 and $80 product, and then $200 product, because you can collect the solid asset at nearly any range. I just happen to have made my entrance into the Flesh and Blood world with a large purchase of WTR Alpha and Arcane First Edition. That your mileage may vary, your resources may vary, and you need to scale according to the resources. Moving on, I just had a very special piece. One piece I found special. As I had mentioned earlier, Revised Magic the Gathering is probably the place that hits me the hardest, because I started my collecting I think sophomore year of high school, and Revised was where I started. I literally saved my lunch money every week, and I think it was only like $20 a week. I skipped lunch, and I grubbed off of this is a little embarrassing, but I grubbed off of like the I don't want my food table for lunch, and I saved my allowance money, lunch money.
You gotta do what it takes.
You gotta do whatever it takes. Yeah, I only got $20 a week, and lunch was like $2.50 or something like that. So I didn't have much left over after 5 days.
Yep.
So I just went to the swap table and I didn't swap anything. I was like, these people don't want this food. I'm an immigrant and $20 is a lot of money, so I'm not spending food at lunch. I am literally saving my lunch money to buy 8 packs of Revised rather than eating every week. And eating leftovers in elementary school, I don't care. See here's $2.45 per pack. This is a box of Revised. This is I think $12,000 to $15,000 now.
Yeah.
I purchased this box for I believe $4,000, and it's not because it was cheap, because $4,000 was market at the time. You can tell by the circle seal, and no compromising, no stretching of that circle seal. Still nice and tight, nice round and tight, these circle seals. Yeah, that's how you know it's legit, it's authentic. There's a little rip over there that will harm the value of this piece of sealed product. However, what made me really want to buy it was that the soft provenance, I'll call it, of this box is it came with a story. So, story is, Dear XYZ, I hope that whomever receives this sealed booster box enjoys it as much as I have for the past 20 plus years. My dad and I are the original owners and picked it up in the Phillipsburg, New Jersey area, probably in 1994. It's entirely untampered with, and I never had any intention of opening it. Best regards, Keith, September 9th, 2020. So I probably purchased it from the vendor that purchased it from Keith, and he wrote this letter to attach some unofficial provenance. I mean, I looked at it, it was great. I am the next member after the next in the custody chain of this piece, and it looked legit. And because Keith wrote that letter, it just reminded me of what it meant. Like, there's that sentimental value that passed on from Keith to the dealer to myself, and I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm probably Like I've bought and sold within these past 4 years where I've dealt with revised sealed product. I've bought and sold at least 50 boxes of revised, but this one, because of that little story, because of a little extra oomph from the letter, I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to liquidate it, profit off of it. But even that, for 2020 till now, I bought it for 4. It's gone up to as high as 20,000 during the peak.
Yeah.
And now it's probably, let's call it 12.5 to 14, something like that. So I'm somewhere between 3x, so I could have made 200%, to 3.5x, 250% on the asset if I ever want to liquidate it. But I personally do not. So, okay. These I'm not even going to take it out. I've got a MTG Collector's Edition box.
These went up a lot recently.
These went up, yes, a lot in the spike.
Yeah.
Do you know the story about these, Yuanji?
Yeah, like these are like a complete, I think, set of
beta.
Beta.
Yep.
But I think the card backs are different.
They're gold card backs. They were unofficial. They were not legal for tournament use for many, many years. And I think in summer of 2019, the Eternal Council, or Eternal Central, the people that run the Eternal formats of Magic, legalized these. So these were worth next to nothing. Like, relatively speaking, maybe like $2,000 or $3,000 for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then 2019, after the Grand Council that runs the vintage formats of Magic approved these cards, they added, essentially from the collector's edition, 9,000 sets of beta to the pool. And these were literally $49.95. And the awesome part is I have the original, price tag from 1993, because these came out in December of 93.
Yep.
And there's literally a Black Lotus, a Time Twister, a set of Moxes, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, all the Power 9, all the dual lands within this. And I don't even remember what I bought this for. I think $7,000 or $8,000. This thing's now, I think, sealed. It's 25 or 25 plus.
Yep.
I don't know, but this is something that I have, a multiple digit position, and I've got multiples of this because, number one, we know what the print run is. There's only 9,000 of these ever made.
Yep.
Most of them were opened up in the past 20-something years. And then number two, I'm not curious at all. This is perfect for me. There's no gambler's premium because I know exactly. There's one Black Lotus, there's one Time Twister, there's one Mox Sapphire, there's one of each dual land. That's it. I'm not curious at all. There's no burning sensation within me coursing through my blood, making me want to open up the product. So this is a good product to have. It's one of the whole set. Think of it like a master set of beta, a replica of a master set of beta. Its counterpart, which is probably worth 20 to 25% more, and I would argue that it should be an even higher premium, is the International Collector's Edition. Do you happen to know the story about this one?
No, I don't know. I've seen these get traded, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll just tell the viewers, and you'll learn something as well. The International Collector's Edition happened because there were 10,000 of these made, and 1,000 of them were defective, so they were destroyed. And at the same time, people in EU and other parts of the world collecting Magic complained that there wasn't enough to go around.
Yeah.
So they released a limited run of 5,000 of the International Collector's Edition. And this is the more limited run. This was done roughly within the same month. So because this is, has a tighter print run, and I believe the print quality is slightly superior in terms of centering, these have a higher premium because there's almost half as many as the regular collector's edition, and slightly better print quality. These are worth like 20 to 25% more when compared to these.
That kind of gets me thinking.
Yeah.
Like Flesh and Blood is gonna do like foreign language reprints.
Yeah.
So maybe to the viewers, that might be something that eventually it would be worth more.
Absolutely. That's why I would say a liquid asset, it's not solid because it's not sealed.
Yeah.
A liquid asset would be the Fate Foreseen promo, right?
Okay.
It's also done by a prominent artist, Alexandra Malagina. We're still looking for you, Alexandra. You made the eye and then you drop off the face of the planet and you don't return our emails. we have some FaB to show everybody, right?
Yeah.
But before we do that, there's one last thing. There's the granddaddy, the holy grail of sealed product. This is Magic the Gathering Alpha, and you can tell because there's not even a barcode. This precedes their printing technology of making a barcode. I think there are like something like 26,000 of these ever made, and less than 200 are even sealed right now.
Well, they weren't really meant for like retail, right?
They were not meant for retail. They were literally given out as free product during Eternal Weekend or something like that. Or no, Gen Con in 1993. They're Gen Con 93. They're just given out for free. And some people open these up, they're like, whatever, this is never gonna make it. It's never gonna be like another Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, you know, how history comes full circle. Later on, WotC ended up buying Dungeons and Dragons, right? In 93, the criticism, summer 93, this is never gonna stick. Who's got the interest in collecting a bunch of cards? I'd rather play a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with my games master, my GM. And the idea, Richard Garfield's idea, was that people would play this game while waiting for the next round of D&D. Like in between certain campaigns or certain instances of Dungeons and Dragons, they'd play Magic to pass the time. Now it's its own standalone game, and yeah, this is, going back to this. This is Alpha. This is kind of like, if you believed in the first set, this would be the asset to have. I'm not allowed to mention who has the even larger asset, the sealed box, or the starter boxes of Alpha, but there are 3 or 4 prominent people. One of them is a very prominent content creator that I've done collabs with, and that individual has told me that they've gotten offers of up to, I think, $3 million for a sealed Alpha box, but they've even turned it down. I personally don't have, a sealed Alpha starter brick or Alpha box, but if I were in that position, I'd prefer $3 million to the Alpha asset. That said, even little Joe over here, this little Alpha starter deck, has sold for $110,000 to $125,000. This would be a pretty close to mint, not dead mint, not like gem mint, but a mint starter, and this one would be towards the 125K range. So if somebody offered me 125 right now for this starter, I'd probably reject it because I value it at much higher. But my colleague, who's got a box of 10 of these, I personally think 300 per, like I'd take it in a heartbeat. I'd take it, I'd buy 10 of these starters, I'd pocket the 175,000 per starter, and I'd call it a day. You know, everybody has their value. Something is worth what people are paying for it. So right now, the larger counterpart, the real Bentley of Alpha, is starter brick. That said, wow, we've been going a while. Let's move on to opening some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some FaB stuff right here. First one is from Heath Ward. Another reason for making this video is it's almost right at the tip of the chargeback window for eBay. I bought this off of eBay. Well, everybody's still flooding this market and going, the game's going to zero. You know, Rudy's not the only one that keeps buying.
Yeah.
I purchased this box for, I believe, $7,000. I'll even find the eBay listing, the eBay transaction, and post it, because I am rather confident that, well, first off, I'm going to get more than $7,000 of enjoyment opening the contents.
Yeah.
Provided that the contents are real. Let's verify that the contents are real. If I start speaking about the contents that I had paid for and they are not in this box, then that would be kind of feels bad. Let's go oldest to newest. I got a whole lot. I purchased this gentleman's collection, entire collection of sealed flesh and blood for $7K. First off, we've got 2 boxes of TOA with the LSS seal. See, it's got the LSS seal, so that's cool. Tales of Aria. We'll just randomly open this up. We haven't found a Corsham yet, right? We've got the Monarch First Edition. They just came out with Monarch First Edition. Again, my thoughts on Monarch First Edition are that there's 125,000 of these ever made, right?
Yeah.
That's an eighth as much. That's only 1/8 as much as these. There's like 4 million of these starters, 400,000 starter bricks, and roughly 1 million booster boxes worth of revised. And there's only 1/8 as much Monarch. So I don't know what people are complaining about. Monarch is still really, really new compared to everything else. Guess what? I think I have an Everfest first edition case. Everfest first edition, because that's the only Everfest there is. I'm not even going to check these. These are not even gonna... Yep, there's all 4 boxes. They're verified, they're in here. Oh man, why you gotta tape up this box? It's okay, I got the tape out. Just making sure. Hey, what do you have here? We have the Rudy Gem Keeper promo. We have the Rudy promo. You know what? I've got a sleeve right here. The infamous promo. Well, even now, that's even at a low, which I think will be an all-time low. Even at its worst point, this Rudy Gem Keeper is worth roughly, I don't know, $600-700 bucks. Maybe even call it 5 if it's just a Gem Keeper, right?
Yeah.
I see the box selling. Is there the rest of the contents? Okay, he didn't short me at all. See, these are still out there. The shard, the card. This card's valuable. The eye, the heart. We found out that this finally is the Grandeur of Valahai, right?
The art is, I think, different.
It's part. It comes from elements of the Grandeur, right? This is right. It's just missing the blue gem in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep. So far, what are we at? We're at $300. We're at, call it 100 each.
Yeah.
Let's call this 4, 700. 700 plus another 800. Call it 1,500. We've only got $1,500 worth of goods. Okay, we got 1 box of Crucible of War. We're just gonna check. It's got the LSS. It's sealed. It's solid. Whoever did these boxes, I don't know. What do you think, man? You did the interview with Bearish, right? You prepare Bearish boxes to these, right?
These boxes definitely are not as good as the...
Yeah, these are inferior to Bearish. Please check out our Bearish books video, or Bearish acrylic boxes, acrylic cases. So we got 1 box of Crucible, right?
The box is a little dinged.
It's a little dinged?
Like here.
It is a little dinged, but you know what? The reason for purchasing this is we're going to open it anyway.
Okay.
Right? Because they're here. We got a box of Arcane Rising. Here you go. This is an uncompromised box of Arcane Rising. Last but not least, the main reason why I purchased this, 2 boxes of WTR Alpha. I'm just going to do a quick check because there's been some suspect activity with...
I heard that there's people, making forged...
Yeah, they're resealing WTR boxes, so please make sure you've got proper provenance when purchasing or attempting to purchase these boxes. Buy them from reliable sources. I heard from Mr. Heath. I looked at his feedback. These were all from the Rudy kit. It's a shame I didn't get the Rudy cold foils, but I did get all the sealed product. These are from the Rudy kits. I don't know, they look legit to me. WTR. And I mean, even when I purchased these weeks ago, the pricing of the WTR boxes were, what was it? They were, I think, 3.5 thousand each.
Yeah, around there.
And now they might be a little lower, 32.50 or something like that. But even still, the idea, yeah, these are legit. I can tell these are legit. These are very legit. Essentially, these paid for the whole lot. These 2 paid for the whole lot initially. Even in a worst case scenario, these 2 plus Crucible of War paid for the lot even today with the market. Let's just say market adjustment a month later. I got these for 7. So these that made Arcane Rising, 2 Monarch boxes, 2 TOA boxes, a box of Everfest, right? You got the box of Everfest in the back, and you got the Rudy bundle. This is free. Whatever it is, it was free. Guys, when people are fearful, right? When everybody else is fearful, you've got to be aggressive. You got to be greedy. What is it? Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy.
Yep.
Right? And I would say that I was probably the one that called FaB winter, which was the case. We've been on a lengthy, harsh winter for about 4 months, right? That video was in November, and it indeed happened. But I'll also be the first to call FaB spring, because spring is here. I think the worst is over. People are getting their tax return checks. There's the last little bit of forget those guys. They usually don't know what they're talking about. They're usually more negative than necessary. And Guys, it's time. There's a reason why Rudy's buying. There's a reason why I'm buying these huge lots. It will pay off if you have the right time horizon. Only buy sealed. Only invest in solid product if you've got the extra bandwidth. And speaking of solid product, got a couple more. We're just gonna breeze through these. There was a gentleman in Las Vegas, Nevada, and he did not do that well in Las Vegas. He made a couple of bad investment decisions and is down on his luck. He didn't want to be named, although he's very thankful that I was able to provide a nice transaction for him. Speaking of solid, this is something that I'm very thankful to have, an opportunity I'm very thankful to have in Flesh and Blood that is not nearly as accessible in Magic the Gathering. We've got a case of Crucible of War. We've got a case of Monarch First Edition. There are 4 of each sealed product in each of these. So one case, give me a couple of boxes. Let's see. Just breeze through this. By the way, that Rudy starter kit and all of those proceeds, we are going to be opening that up in future Fabled Hunters episodes. 2 more cases of Crucible of War. Got 3 cases. What else? We got a couple more boxes. We got a 4th case of Crucible of War. Ooh. Okay, this is spicy. This is an Arcane Rising First Edition. They didn't even call it First Edition, right? You can tell from the original seal. It is beautiful. It is an untampered with seal, T920. So we're at 4 crew plus an Arcane Rising Monarch First Edition case and a partridge in a pear tree. Got 2 more boxes from the same Las Vegas deal. Crew number 5, crew booster. It doesn't even say First Edition because the other one, the alternative is Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, crew Unlimited. Crew number 5, crew number 6. You've got number 6 in your hands, right?
Yep.
Okay, and because of our FaB transaction, I'm going to meet that gentleman. That is 1 Arcane case, 2 Arcane cases. We are all here. We are all set. That's 2 Arcane cases, 7 cases of Crucible, and 1 case of Mon. Mon to 1K. As a matter of fact, I think some people would be happier. A case of Mon was 1K. Forget about a box of Mon. Thanks, Yuanji. We got one last thing, one last item. So yeah, it's 2, 7, and 1. That's not bad. 10 cases of sealed product. Again, solid pieces to the collection. One last thing. Everybody knows I have an ample supply of WTR cases, but if they come at the right price, I'm still purchasing, and I have been purchasing WTR cases. But I wanted to round out my hold on the first 3 sets. The Arc, which I know is beta, and the Crucible, which I know is the first expansion, or the Arabian Nights of Flesh and Blood. And this came from Mr. Sires. Mr. Sires of Flesh and Blood Unsealed found me a seller on some more sealed product. We have Arcane Rising, checking the seal, uncompromised seal, it's fresh. I could tell over here that it's gotten the once over. We got the very familiar sticker and tag for Arcane Rising first, ×1, ×2 cases of Arcane Rising. So yeah, these are my sealed or solid pickups for the past couple weeks. And for those people that don't think Flesh and Blood is going to stand the test of time, please sell me your solid product. FabledHunters@gmail.com. I've got the bandwidth to buy, especially if they're WTR, Arcane, and Crucible.
Yep.
So, to close it out, Yuanji, that's all the sealed product we have for today. You want to leave the viewers with some general thoughts?
I think the whole point of the video is just to show you guys when it comes to like collecting, if you want to be like in the camp of collecting like solid, they're not gonna necessarily like balloon over like immediately. You might not get like the volatility that you want from other investments, but if you want just like something that you can hold on to,
something safe, a nice, very compact, aka a solid asset, then you go for the cases, right? Whether it's a case of WTR Unlimited, Arcane Unlimited, Crucible, or even some of these big boy first edition sets.
Yeah, you can get like a brick of Blitz decks.
Yeah, you could.
Like
you could.
whatever's in your budget.
Yep, absolutely, guys. So yeah, that's some great advice to leave the viewers with. Hope you liked this first chapter of Solid Liquid Gas. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, twiddle the notification button, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.